I quickly just want to mention before we get into this video, I've spent thousands of hours speedrunning all the 3D Zelda games, and I absolutely love the franchise so much. It means a lot to me, and I was very excited to hear about the news about Breath of the Wild 2, and I was really hoping for a Wind Waker HD port to the Nintendo Switch, since it is my favorite game of all time. But with that context in the way, enjoy my reaction, and sorry for being a bit emotional.
How's it going so far?
Not good.
There's still a little bit more to show you in today's Nintendo Direct.
Okay.
So we hope you'll stick with us.
I
Next,
will.
Please take a look at this.
Please. Oh my god!
Hello there, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. I'm sure a lot of you saw me and thought there might be news about the sequel to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to share right now. We apologize. Development is proceeding smoothly, and we should be able to bring you some new information this year. For now, we'll have to ask you to wait just a bit longer. While you're all waiting, however, this Legend of Zelda game will be coming to Nintendo Switch. Please take a look.
Oh my god, Skyward Sword HD! Ned! Ned! Wait, it's not HD, it's a port? You gotta port the other ones, please. You have to port the other ones. It's not even, come on, it's just a port, please. You gotta port the other ones, please. It's not even an HD remake, you have to port the other games, please. You can't just port this one. No, this is goddamn upscale. You call.
What you've just seen is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This game originally released in 2011 on the Wii console, and now it's coming to Nintendo Switch. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword featured a control scheme in which players would use the Wii Remote Plus controller as a sword and the Nunchuck controller as a shield. With the increased processing power of the Nintendo Switch system, the controls here are smoother and even more intuitive. And we've recreated the controls for the sword and the shield here by having the player hold two Joy-Con controllers. The Joy-Con controller in your right hand is the sword. Swing it to have Link swing his sword in the game. The Joy-Con controller in your left hand is the shield. By lifting the controller, you can raise the shield to block enemy attacks. You can perform other actions like using both controllers to wield a bow and arrow. These physical movements add a sense of urgency and tension to combat. But we've also made it possible to play the game with button controls to ensure it can be played in handheld mode or on the Nintendo Switch Lite system. After mulling over how to assign different gameplay elements to different buttons, we decided to apply the sword motions to tilting the right control stick. Tilt the stick down when you want to swing the sword downward. To swing to the right, to the left, or diagonally, just tilt the stick in the respective direction. Here's something else we've been working on. Specially designed Joy-Con controllers.
I'm buying them.
The right Joy-Con controller is themed after the Master Sword, while the left features a Hylian shield motif. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, as the game depicting the earliest story in the Legend of Zelda timeline, details the events around the creation of the Master Sword itself. We hope that people who played the original game on Wii, and those playing it for the first time, will enjoy discovering the origins of The Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD launches July 16th. Following this Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to pre-order the game on Nintendo eShop.
I thought there was a demo.
And the specially designed Joy-Con controllers will launch on the game's release day at your local retailers. Many of you may already know this, but The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was the last original console game prior to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game, and it was still following the established conventions of The Legend of Zelda. However, it gave a glimpse into many features and innovations that would eventually be adopted in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Using the sailcloth to descend in midair, a stamina gauge that depleted as you scaled walls with vines or ran, even the concept of collecting items to upgrade gear. I hope those of you who've played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will give this game a try as well. Please look forward to The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD.
Well, what did you think? The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword has been optimized for Nintendo Switch. It includes intuitive motion controls and button controls by tilting the right control stick. Okay, the next game will be our last announcement for today. Please take a look at this.
Please, 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 please. That's not it. That's not it. Splatoon. God damn it. Why? Purchase bonus available May 28th, 2021. Newly added weapons for Link, newly added costumes for Link. Wave 1. Available June 2021. Expanded roster, newly added weapons types, new challenges in the Royal Ancient Lab, newly added challenging enemy. Wait, that's not. Wave 2. New character vignettes, newly added stages, expanded roster, new battle. Wait, there's not even new lore? Wait, they're not even adding more story to the game? Wait, the expansion pack has no new lore at all? I mean, I understand new character, but okay, how I see that sentence right there is like, because they said expanded roster, how I see this in more, I could be wrong, how I see this phrasing right here is more like they're gonna introduce a new character and we're gonna get like a few things about like the new character. It's gonna be like, hey, you can now play as this character, and then they give you like a tiny brief on the character. That's in my opinion at least how I read into this. I read it more as you get a brief and short story about like the new character that gets added, not really like development upon the story. I just want to quickly add some extra info that I found out after the stream that I found out through my chat. Number one, if you look at the official listing of the game, they do officially list Pro Controller as a supported controller, which means that most likely, it means that the whole thing about that you can't play, you know, with a controller in docked mode is thankfully probably not a case, because if you didn't know, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was a similar thing where they mapped the game around a controller, but you could only do it if you were handheld. So thankfully it doesn't look like that's the situation, so they do support the Pro Controller. It does, however, mean that you might be screwed if you use a third-party controller, because I assume it's still going to be using the gyroscope sensors quite a lot. So I don't know about third-party controller support, but definitely first-party Pro Controller and Joy-Cons. Another thing too is that they listed Amiibo as a supported thing into the game, which I'm quite interested about. They did do the same thing with Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U back in the day, where you could scan Amiibos and get like some hearts and stuff like that. So I don't know what kind of implementation they were going to do on that. We also don't really know what kind of extra content or changes they have to the actual, you know, original game. One thing I'm really hoping for is that they shorten some of the kind of tedious, annoying collections, because, you know, you revisit all area 3 times. Because I know that I was kind of sad that they only released Skyward Sword and not like Wind Waker HD or Breath of the Wild 2 news, because I was hoping for a 35th anniversary, you know, like bundle with Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, and a Skyward Sword HD remake to come. But we'll see. There's still the 35th anniversary is still on Sunday, but either way. But yeah, I want to just add the quick context for what I found. And either way, I'm very, very excited for it, and definitely expect me to try and do a full playthrough of the game when it comes out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Linkus7, and I'm definitely also going to be possibly attempting to speedrun this, because I can actually use a controller. So either way, thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed my reaction. Don't forget to subscribe to your YouTube channel and check out my Twitch channel. Later, everybody. Bye-bye.